So it says Ohio has 88 counties. In which distribution, number of representatives or number of counties is Ohio farther from the mean? Justify your answer. Okay. So let's take a look right here. Okay. It tells me that Ohio has 88 counties. So let's do the one for counties. We've already done the one for reps. Okay. So our county Z-score, they have 88. And then looking at this new table, what's the mean? Yep, 62.82. And then we're going to divide it by the standard deviation, so 46.421. So the Z-score for the counties works out to be 0.542. Okay. We already did the Z-score for the reps, and so that Z-score was 0.751, all right? So I've got two different Z-scores, one for the counties and then one for the representatives, okay? So which Z-score is farther from the mean, counties or reps? The representatives, okay? So this would be the one that is farther from the mean, okay? We've got to just find those two Z-scores, and we look at which one's farther away, okay? So that's learning target 3 when they ask us to compare, all right? The one above was number 2, and then number 1 was percentiles, which was learning target 1. Okay, let's take a look at just a couple of the other examples. We're probably not going to do them all just because, but I want to show you a couple of things for us to kind of consider. Okay. All right, so let's look at this one. This covers learning target 1. The first thing it says is to find the percentile for the premium bacon ranch salad with grilled chicken, which contains 260 calories. Where is that dot on that dot plot? Yeah, right after 250. Okay, so here's the dot we're speaking of. All right, that's our premium bacon ranch salad with grilled chicken. Do they still have that at McDonald's? I don't know. No, I don't think so.
A salad?
A good salad. I'm thinking it's a no. Hey, but I'll tell you this. You know, Rebecca's a diabetic. Her favorite, before she was celiac, her favorite food was McDonald's chicken nuggets. All right? And then now, because you can't eat anything gluten-free there, it's Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets. But she loved Chick-fil-A and she loved McDonald's. And so this is what's so crazy. You know, everybody talks about McDonald's food's not real food, you know? Okay, but let me tell you something. Our carb counts are spot on. So, like, her diabetes never messed up when we ate the fake food from McDonald's. We go to Chick-fil-A, she'd go high or low every time. It was never the same. It was just bizarre. Anyway, all right, so if we want to find the percentile, all right, what do I need to do? How many dots are less than that one I'm pointing to? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6. How many total dots are in the plot? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I don't have my calculator with me. Somebody do 6 divided by 11 for me real fast. All right, so 0.54, let's just call it 545. Okay, and then if I wanted to make that a percent times 100, it's at the 54.5 percentile. Okay, so anytime it asks for a percentile, you're counting things below the value they tell you. All right. Now, I want to do B on this one because it says that the salad without chicken is at the 18th percentile. Interpret this value. How many calories does that salad contain? Okay. So if we interpret it, 18% just means that 18% of the food items have less calories than that salad, okay? But then to find out, I want to focus on the second part, how many calories. So we're going to undo the percentile, okay? So 18% would be what decimal? How would I get it? Divide by 100, and I'd get 0.18. Now, to find what I'm looking for, I got to take 0.18 times how many total dots? There were 11. Okay, and somebody do that for me. 0.18 times 11. 1.98, okay? In other words, I need to go to my second dot, okay? I need to go to my second dot, and so my second dot's going to fall right here. What might you call that? About 90 calories, yep. So this says we want our second dot, and we call it about 90 calories. Okay, so that's that one where we kind of have to undo the percentile. It's a little different. Okay, we make it a decimal, multiply by the total dots, and then count to one more than the number we get. Okay, or the next whole number. Okay. All right, we're going to skip that next one because it's just finding a z-score, and we're going to do that in the third example. Okay, so we'll skip over example 2. All right, let's look at this one. Butt ton of words. Okay, butt ton of words. So, although early in her skiing career, U.S. skier Michaela Schifrin is one of the top skiers in the world, earning many victories, including 3 consecutive World Cup wins. In a recent race at Squaw Valley, she won both the slalom and the giant slalom. So, it sounds to me like we're talking about 2 different things, okay? We're talking about the slalom. Stop that. And the giant slalom. Okay, so we're talking about 2 different races. Okay, so 2 different races that we're discussing. Okay. It tells me that her time in the slalom was, hold on a minute, I need bigger. All right, was 99.480 seconds. Okay, and her time in the giant slalom, the mean time for the slalom was 103.8 with a standard deviation of that. Okay, so that's the first. There was a lot of words there for me to find the 3 numbers we need for a z-score. I need her actual time, the mean time, and the standard deviation. Okay, so for the slalom, let's put all that together. All right, her actual time, 99.480 minus the mean, 103.870, divided by the standard deviation, 3.247. Okay, so it's a lot of numbers, but they were all right there within the words. Okay, so her actual time, the mean time, and the standard deviation. All right, and so if I use my calculator and I finish that up, okay, so 99.480 minus 103.870 divided by 3.247. Remember, it's okay if we get a negative. Look over your shoulder. All right, we get negative 1.35. Okay, so that gives me her z-score for the slalom. Well, now let's repeat that for the giant slalom. Okay. In the giant slalom, the mean time was 138.711, standard deviation of 1.109, and her time was 136.42. So they switched the order. They told it to you, but that's okay. We still got what we need. We start with her time, which was the 136.42. minus the mean time, which is 138.711, and we divide it by 1.109. Right, so you just got to dig through the words to find the numbers that you need. It's 3 numbers anytime we want to do a z-score. Okay. So we get negative 2, call it 0.07, okay? Now, here's the tricky part. typically we would want to know which one is closest to the mean. In other words, which is the smallest number. Okay, or closer to 0, basically. Which one would be closer to 0? Yeah, the slalom. But now this is racing, right? Skiing, right? And so we want the time to be as little as possible, and they're both negative numbers. So who's actually smaller in terms of a negative number? The giant slalom, okay? So this is actually the best time because it's more negative. Does that make sense? That's kind of weird. Typically, we would choose that smallest number, or choose the one closest to 0, which is the negative 1.35. Okay? All right, so that's all I had for you today. Okay, I think there's 4 questions today, maybe 5, on your assignment. So let's get in there on Achieve. All right, lesson 2.1. I think it's open. I think I set it to open at 12:50. All right, if you need a computer, I've got a couple over here, so you can get one. Let's just look and tell me how many we got. It's 5. Okay, so it is 5 questions. Okay, so you'll be doing percentiles, z-scores, and then comparing z-scores. All right, that's what we're doing today.